So first of all, I want to say greetings. I am truly honored to receive this Advocate of the Year award from such an esteemed organization as the Children's Trust. Thank you, James. Thank you, board. Thank you, David, for starting this whole thing. I cannot accept this award alone. I accept this award on the folks whose shoulders I stand on, and for those who have guided me towards my path and my purpose. My parents, my father is definitely a huge contributor. My father, the Bahamian man, was very instrumental in getting the independence of the Bahamas established. My mother, who was a banker, educator, and NAACP member and advocate. She was the one that introduced me to the NAACP, the organization that I eventually became the president of and now hold the position as immediate past president. I want to thank my wife, who stood by me through countless of hours of me advocating for folks. What you saw there with Georgia Jones Ayers, what you saw there with my parents, they were the ones that taught me how to be an advocate. If any of you know Georgia Jones Ayers, then you understand advocacy at her best. Didn't matter what your position was or your title. She came through and she looked out for all of us. And that inspired me to make sure that I looked out for the youth. People like Maddie Jones Phillips, my godmother, retired. She's no longer with us, but she retired as a school psychologist. She was the one that inspired me to become a clinician and work with kids. When you see those youth who are struggling, think about where you are. Have you ever had to worry about where your next meal comes from? Have you ever had to worry about whether your lights were going to be on or off? If you've never had to worry about any of those things, then you're truly blessed. And I hope that you understand them. But working in Liberty City, working in Carroll City, working in Naranja, Homestead, with some of the most marginalized populations, I had a chance to advocate on their behalf and do things that help them out. I must also thank my team. And Lord, I got to tell you, I got a great team. Where my team at? Y'all stand up back there. I got a great team. Listen, they not only represent themselves, but they represent me and my brand very well. They care about the kids that we serve, and you can tell it by the response that we get. You can tell it by the outcomes that we receive. I want to also recognize two very powerful, legendary women that I've invited here today. And I have considered them, well, I have officially adopted them as my bonus mothers. And that is Miss Thelma Gibson and Dr. Enid Pickney. Both of them are over 90 years old. And they've done work in this community and continue to do work in this community. These ladies were professionals during a time when it was not popular for black women or women in general to be professionals. They defied all of the odds. And if you really want to know the true history about South Florida, you need to talk to them. Let me say this to you. I want to say this. I am inspired by them because they don't lead with bitterness. Clap for that. That means that they were around in the 40s and the 50s. And if you knew what it was like for a black person or a woman in the 40s and 50s, then you understand. But they don't lead with bitterness. They lead eagerly. And that to make Miami-Dade County a better community. And I think that that's something that we all should do. We should all strive to make Miami-Dade County a better community. And finally, I want to acknowledge my big sister. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to say older sister, but we say in our community, big sister. That's my big sister, Sabrina. And my second mother, Miss Dorothy Monica, who is also a retired school educator. Those are the people that really shaped and guided me to do the work that I do and continue to help me do the work that I do.